will be on row number 2. Lillian Scarborough and Martine Jaramillo on row number 3. It'll be Ty Fisher and Michael McGoy on row 4 with Max Weiland, Max Christia, pair of Maxes to round the top 10. Fianchi, Bernardo Gentil, Perkins, Augustine, and Dratos just on the outside looking in. Will be Eli Steinbruck there on the Orsolon Racing Tony card. Then it's going to be Jackson Deal, Brayton Zerbs, Gutierrez, Quentin McPherson, your top 20. And here's a look at the final few starters as well while they begin to form up down that back straightaway in your starting grid for the pre-final odds. Sebastian Garzone, pole overall in qualifying. He's still got to get a really good lap time, or whoever wins the heat race, a good lap time to try and lock themselves on the inside lane for the main. The time to beat a 49.7. If they can get there to the checkered flag as they all fan out and the green's in the air. We got one having to cut down to the inside in turn number 1 as he kind of got shoved to the wayside. And everyone's going to survive here so far in this one, down to turn 4.
Yeah, good start there by Isaac Malco, working his way up in a P2 as someone got into the back of him there a little bit, one of the Nash Motorsports entries, and a big off by one of the RPM drivers off the racetrack there, and that's not going to help him out as that Nash Motorsports driver down the inside on Malquit. Now he's going to go back and Turner Brown around the outside. Can he get the over-under done? Is he close enough? He is. Turner Brown down the inside there. What a move by him, and Malquit up in a P2 now.
Yeah, looking right there, he'll slot into 5th. That's the SCR Red Speed that was in the mix of it. A couple of them all right there. Jackson Wolney, I think, was 1. Brown might be the other. Garzone, big lead already here. Back to Isaac Malcutt. Then Turner Brown. Then Fisher, Wolney, Scarborough back in 6th. She's looking for more, though, as they come out of turn number 2 and go to turn 3. Here's that big pack. Malcutt trying to lead them. The gap is already up to 1.7 seconds, though. Turner Brown not going to follow. He'll go to the inside of Isaac, and he's going to try and bring Ty Fisher. Can't quite do it. Over to turn 5.
Ty Fisher was trying to get through there as well on Isaac Malquit. Just not enough room for the both of them. And now Malquit going to go back, and Ty Fisher this time is going to be able to go through on Turner Brown, who falls back to P4. But all this fighting is only helping out Sebastian Garzone in the lead of this race here, Xander.
Yeah, Garzone continuing to pull away. Look at this, Max Weiland to the inside. That is on Wolney, I believe. He'll lose a few more spots as 3 more get freight train, and there's contact in the infield. One of the BJR MDR LN carts with the nose cone destroyed. That's the 859. Well, midway through, that was Brayton Zerbs. He was 18th on the outside looking in. Michael McGoy was the RPM driver you called going wide out of turn number 4. He's dropped 8 spots. He's first driver on the outside right now behind Ethan Sky Manuchik, but it's a big pack here around this bubble spot. And look at this, Wolney just trying to stop the bleeding now as he blocks the inside from a Hunger group about 6 or 8 deep, all following and trying to get around the 896. So lots of shuffling, lots changing on just the opening 2 laps. One thing that's been constant has been Garzone up front. His lead's now up to 2.5 seconds thanks to Malcutt and Turner Brown going at it as this group a little bit wide for one of the Alessandros Racing CRGs, just in front of Wolney. All around 10th to 12th right now, it looks like.
Yeah, a lot of fighting there in that mid-pack, but for Garzone, all that fighting has really released them and continues to set him purple lap times in this race. A 50.689 for Turner Brown. For Garzone. Turner Brown with the fastest lap of the race here, and Garzone continuing to open up that gap. For Turner Brown, seems like he's really found a pace here in this stage of the race, and now behind Malquit, looking for a move there as well. Going on the outside, contact there. Isaac Malquit into the back of Fisher, and he goes off there a little bit.
Yeah, rough and tumble racing for second right now between Malcutt, Fisher, and Turner Brown. It's allowed Garzone to get away. Brown was a lot quicker, and I think he must have gotten really tripped up by that little issue there for both Fisher and Malcutt, because he's fallen back. Turner Brown way back. Here's Garzone. Second and third are safe. Not sure where Turner Brown faded to in that mixture. Looks like he's gone way to the wayside there. Maybe back to 5th or so. 6th behind Max Christia.
Yeah, definitely not the set of laps that Turner Brown would have wanted, as he loses 3 spots there in that lap. So now for Turner Brown down the inside on Christia, able to get the move done. Turner Brown up to P5 now. Christia.
Little elbow grease there for Max Weiland on a crossover move, getting around Bernardo Gentil. He had just perfectly timed it and then almost got perfectly clear, but that last little right rear just sent Gentil up and over the curbing. That was for 7th here. That's allowed 9th and 10th to close on up. Martin Jaramillo and Fionn Shee. Jackson Deals picked up 6 spots, started way outside the cut line. He's up to 11th and climbing forward on that MPG Kart Republic just behind this grouping here. And we're watching right now Lillian Scarborough just ahead of Turner Brown there, and that is the, actually I don't believe that's her. I think that's, yeah, no indeed, Lillian Scarborough on the Nash Motorsports EOS card. Right there in the 4th spot, Ty Fisher, Isaac Malkut up the road 2nd and 3rd. 4 seconds away from Sebastian Garzone.
They're going for Scarborough leading that 2nd group, and now down the inside. But a move there by Turner Brown on Scarborough. He makes up another spot, and Christie as well was looking to go on Scarborough. Not close enough on the inside this time. Not close enough into the double right-hander. So Turner Brown up in a P4 now with a handful of work to do if he wants to catch right back up to Ty Fisher in that P3 spot. A move there by Weiland, up another spot for him as well. Getting around Christia, up in a P6 there for Christia. Now, oh, what a move there. Weiland going back on him.
Yeah, Weiland back and forth here. Here comes the RPG Cosmic around. One more going to go. Or look, Martin Jaramillo tried to go to the inside and tags the wall there in turn number 1 a little bit as he went wide on that U-Race Tony kart. Weiland continuing to block low because he knows he's getting dangerously close to that 15th position back around 9th and 10th. And that's going to allow Jackson Wolney to close on up. Here is a move down the inside on Scarborough, and another move as well. Weiland having to surrender the spot to Jaramillo. Scarborough losing up position to Bernardo Gentil. So more and more passing here through the edge of the top 10, while the leader remains Garzone. Isaac Malkut 2nd, Ty Fisher 3rd, and Turner Brown kind of becoming in no man's land right there in the 4th spot as he's pulled away from Max Christia and is trying to track back down these two out in front.
Yep. Let's take a look back to the replay on Fisher. A little bit of moment here earlier on in this race.
Yeah, let's check it out here. Ty Fisher, oh, right there into the corner, just, yeah, kind of got in, and I think Malkut just didn't expect him. And then what was weird is I think Turner Brown stalled the engine coming out of the corner there, because you saw his head look down coming out of the corner. And I think that's what hurt Turner Brown. So I think he might have just completely stalled the motor and locked it up. It is a really slow corner. You're on the brakes for a lot. When you have to get on them even more, you're already at the edge of the threshold. You'll lock that rear axle up just for enough to maybe stall that engine. So that's probably what happened to Turner Brown. But yeah, for Isaac Malkut, just a bit too hot and probably didn't expect Ty Fisher to stay on the brakes as long as he did there into turn number 5.
Yeah, very unfortunate there by Ty Fisher, but definitely caught right back up to the rear bumper now of Isaac Malkut. 0.5 of a second in between Malkut and Fisher. Not close enough at all for Fisher to attempt any sort of move on Malkut. The gap to the lead currently stands at 4 seconds and 5/10. 4 seconds and a half there for Sebastian Garzone with a really, really comfortable lead here early on in this race with the fastest lap of the race as well. So really good race, I guess, for Sebastian Garzone. Been super clean, and from the start was able to get away because of all the fighting that Malkut, Fisher, Brown, Christia, and company were doing at the beginning of the race.
Yeah, he'll put 9 laps down, 3 laps to go, and look at the gap already now up to, where is it standing? 5 seconds, 4.8 to be exact, from Sebastian Garzone back to Isaac Malkut. Perfect race here, and again, he is chasing that pole position in the main. That's why he's still pushing for fast laps right now, Caleb. A 49.71 is what Diego Ardiles hit, the winner of pre-final 1. Garzone needs to find a 10th and a half if he wants to start on the pole. Otherwise, the pole will go to the other pre-final. He'll have to start 2nd. So that's where the tiebreaker is going to come down to based on this new format being used for K8 Junior. Having a split pre-final and a last chance qualifier is that the deciding factor of which lane goes to the inside will be the fastest lap of the race winner. He's got 2 more chances at it. He's gotten closer now, 49.83 for Sebastian Garzone. Only a 10th off and still digging as Malkut, 50.11. 5 seconds away. He's pulled away a little bit more from Ty Fisher. He's got about a second cushion. Broke the draft. Turner Brown trying to get back there for 3rd. I don't know if he'll have enough time, though.
Yeah, the top 5 very much spread out here as you see Isaac Malkut now on your screen. You see Garzone on the other side of the racetrack there and continuing to open up that gap. Let's see what it looks like this time by for Garzone. Can he improve that fastest lap time? Like you said, Xander, looking for that pole position for Sebastian Garzone.
so as they make their way around to the final turn. This time by will be the white flag from Aaron Likens. 1 to go for Sebastian Garzone, and he takes a look over to the side, looks back at the wheel, says, okay, do I need to go one more lap and try for the pole, or should I save my tires at this point? He's got a hefty lead, 5.2 seconds. He did not go much faster last time by overall, so still some work to be done for Sebastian Garzone to try and lock that pole down. I don't know if he's going to be able to do it. He needs a 10th and 200ths to knock off Diego Ardiles.
Yeah, definitely a tall loss there by Sebastian Garzone. He could definitely do it early on in the race, but now it seems too late for those tires to really put in a lap time like that, of that caliber, to really, like you said, knock off Ardiles. But last time by, this time on turn number 11 for Sebastian Garzone. It's been a clean race for him all day long, and now across turn number 12 now, and across the stripe, Sebastian Garzone is going to take the win here in the pre-final in KA 100 Junior.
So Garzone does not improve on that final lap. In fact, he dials it way down to cool the tires back off to a 51-second lap. Isaac Malkit second, Turner Brown third, Ty Fisher ends up fourth, Christie a fifth, 5 spots gained. Bernardo Gentil up 6 spots to P6. Jaramillo there. Here comes the rest of the field across the line. Where's the transfer spot? It is going to go the way of Remy Andretos over Ruben Gutierrez. He ends up 15th by about a second. Michael McGoy, after getting knocked around and ultimately falling down the order, down in 18th on the outside looking in. But your top 10 ends off with Jaramillo, Shee, Wolney, and Scarborough. Then Max Weiland, then Manuchek back through Perkins. Jackson Deal races his way into the show to go 14th. Remy Andretos, 15. Here's everyone that'll be joining us in about an hour or so for the last chance qualifier. Gutierrez and McGoy will be on the first 2 rows. Then Sammy Martinez, who drove from dead last up 13 spots to 18th, just needs a couple more to transfer in. They're safely in because the top 14 will make it through, but ultimately it's just going to come down to staying alive at that point, because there's still going to be some fast guys that wrecked in both pre-finals trying to drive all the way up the grid. So Nash Motorsports K100 Junior done and dusted. We were able to talk with a handful of other drivers here this weekend to get things underway, especially, of course, the biggest name in Pro X30 competition joining us, Danilo Albanese.